Hey guys, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Last night was NXT TakeOver Toronto, and I've been getting a lot of questions about the main event and the finish to the show, and I'm going to address that. I have a not really confirmed reason why things happened, but a pretty legit, pretty logical reasoning that I think, and that I've talked to some other people that think the same, on why, if you haven't seen the show yet, spoiler alert, Joe became the champ. We had Samoa Joe challenging Shinsuke Nakamura to get his NXT championship back. Now, Samoa Joe came out, had a normal entrance, and then we had a special Nakamura entrance. Nakamura had, I want to say it was like 4 or 5, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like 4 or 5 people, and they were all playing the violin, they were playing his theme. If you remember back to Brooklyn, we had one man that was playing his theme, and then Nakamura came down to the ring. But this time, Nakamura, like I said, had 4 or 5 people playing his entrance on a violin. They followed him to the ring. They got in the ring with him. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty good entrance, and I wish they would do this more on the main roster. Because when they do these big entrances like this, it makes it feel like a big event. Maybe not do it at every pay-per-view. Don't do it on Raw and SmackDown. But maybe not do it on every pay-per-view, but do it on like big shows, like the big 4, where if you have a title match or a big important match like Lesnar Goldberg, you give them these special big theatrical entrances, and it's not only cool, but it kind of brings up an importance to the match. It makes it feel like, wow, this match is going to be something. This match means something because we're getting this big entrance. It just, I guess you could say, not ties everything together, but it just heightens the it what's the word? I don't want to say heightens the intensity, but it makes it feel bigger. The match started out with a series of leg kicks from both men, which culminated in a hard inner thigh kick by Joe. Joe worked the knee of Nakamura a lot this match because if he's got an injured knee, he can't hit the Kinshasa. Nakamura then tried using his other leg to fend off Joe, and it ended up working after he kicked Joe in the face. Nakamura then stopped selling the hurt knee. I don't know what happened. Maybe he just forgot or what, but he ended up using it a lot to hit Joe in the face and the ribs and the gut. And Nakamura used a Kinshasa from the middle rope, but when he did do it, he finally sold. But I think he landed in the ring pretty hard and kind of like whiplashed his neck and was never able to get up to make a cover. Nakamura then went for another Kinshasa later on in the match, and Joe moved out of the way, and Nakamura's knee went straight into the turnbuckle. A little bit after this, Nakamura then tried another Kinshasa. Joe kicked out and rolled right into a Kikina clutch. Nakamura was able to get out of this move, where he then tried to hit another Kinshasa to the back of Joe's head, which sent Joe to the outside of the ring. Joe was then, outside the ring, kind of playing off like he was hurt. Referee came to check on Joe. Nakamura wasn't having it, and he ran at Joe on the outside. Joe grabbed him for a Uranagi, slammed him on the steel steps, threw him back in the ring, hit him with a muscle buster. 1, 2, 3, Samoa Joe, your new NXT champion. And think about this. The crowd was nobody was expecting this, because when referee goes to count, especially towards the end of a match, when you can feel it's towards the end of the match, the whole crowd chants 1, 2, and when the referee's hand came down for 3, not as many people as you thought said 3, because they were in shock. Remember when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30, and we had the guy with the shocked face, like the I can't believe what just happened face? We had another one of those last night. So the match ends. Joe's the champ. Now what? Everybody thought Joe was going to lose and then come to the main roster. Now here's my theory. Talked to a couple people about this overnight and this morning, and some of them agree that this could be what happened. They've already announced that in Osaka, Japan next month, Samoa Joe and Nakamura are having a championship match inside a steel cage. They then announced that footage from this event will be shot for NXT television. So my theory is to keep this feud going, because it wouldn't make sense logically if Joe got another title shot in Japan, So what they do, maybe, here's my theory on this. Get your guys' opinions in the comments, what you think, if you think I'm right or wrong. But my theory is they go into Japan, steel cage match, Nakamura defeats Joe, gets the championship back in his home country. Then we go on to NXT TakeOver. I guess it's going to be San Antonio, Royal Rumble weekend, and Nakamura can get challenged by somebody like a Bobby Roode. Now, here's my other thing. If Samoa Joe's the champion, typically you do babyface versus heel. You got a heel champion. What babyface on the NXT roster do we have that can actually challenge Joe? You got Ty Dillinger? No. You got Rich Swann? No. Cedric Alexander? No. Kota Ibushi? He's not signed. I mean, who do you have babyface wise other than Nakamura that could be a legitimate challenger to the NXT championship, that could make people want to watch the next NXT pay-per-view, I guess you can say, live event special with that match? I mean, the biggest name you have, babyface name outside of Nakamura on NXT is Ty Dillinger, but he lost to Bobby Roode. So you need to get the title back on Nakamura so then he can get challenged by Bobby Roode. That's just my thinking of it, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. What did you guys think of NXT TakeOver Toronto? Do you guys have a theory on maybe why Samoa Joe won the championship, why Nakamura was beat, and hey, correct me if I'm wrong, who on the NXT roster, babyface-wise, would make a good challenger to Samoa Joe for the NXT championship? But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe here on YouTube.